Hello, my name is Emily Pelsi and this video is meant for my Information Technology 1 course. In the following minutes, I will share with you the experience and knowledge I gained while doing the modules on Access in the book Microsoft Office 2016 Intermediate. To help you get a grasp of the concepts I will highlight in this video, I will apply them to the duties and tasks related to event planning. Furthermore, I will later observe how theory is or is not comparable with reality. Without any further ado, let's get into the event planning profession. First, this profession is about planning events while respecting the demands of the clients. Furthermore, among other skills on the job description, you can find that modern event planners rely on computers to communicate, plan, budget, and organize their events. Moreover, this profession requires a lot of organizational skills, and to succeed you have to be time effective. Taking this into consideration, it is clear that event planners are keen to use technology to help them with their daily activities, like keeping tabs on their suppliers. The chapters on Access I will use to demonstrate how much easier this task can be with this program is Module 5, Multiple Table Form, combined with Module 7, Advanced Form Techniques. Finally, for the sake of this project, I will use a fictional event planning company called Events Perfecto Incorporated and a list of fictional suppliers. To begin with, the information about the suppliers were already gathered into an Excel spreadsheet because it will be more time efficient and will let us focus more into the Access portion of this project. Also, the fact that we will import the sheet into Access will make the result much clearer. Our first step today will be to open the database where we want the suppliers list to be imported. You open Access by clicking on the icon you have previously pinned to the taskbar over here, or if you do not have it there, you can open it from the Window tab on the bottom left. Then you browse to the location of the existing database. Since I've created it earlier, you can already see it in my recent files here. Now what you want to do is open the suppliers list. So you have to right click and then click open. And here you see all of the headers that are already put into the table, and all of those are the headers that are part of the Excel spreadsheet. Now what you want to do is close the table because you cannot import it while it's open. Then you have to click into the tab External Data and Import Excel. So you have to browse through your computer to the location of the Excel spreadsheet. Then you have to click Append a copy of the records to the table. Our table called Suppliers List. If you have more than one table, you had a list over here. Then you click OK, Next, and then it's finished. And there's no need to save the import steps. So now what you can do is double click the suppliers list to open it. And here you have all of the information. What you can see, however, is that the phone numbers are all stick together. So the next step that we're going to do is format the phone numbers. So now to format the phone numbers, all you have to do is right click the suppliers list and go into design view. Once you're in design view, you have to click the phone number and you're going to input mask. And you click the three dots over here, and here you have numéro de téléphone, which is a phone number, and you're going to choose this one. And click next, next, and how do you want to sort the data? Well, with the symbol in the mask, like this. Then you click next and finish. Now you can right click the suppliers list and go back into open view. And now you have the message that says you must save the table first. And yes, we do want to save the changes. And now here you have it. You have the phone numbers that are formatted. Now we have all of our data and we have the phone numbers formatted. And since we are an event planning company and we want to make it easier to get in touch with our suppliers, we want to divide them by fields. So what we're going to do next is create queries, and that's going to make sure that all of the photographs are together and they're not next to the DJs, for instance. Now, since we don't need to keep the table open, we're going to close it right here. Now you want to display the Create tab. Once you have it displayed, you're going to click into Query Design, where we're going to create the query. Since we only have one table, you're going to double click it, or you can click Add, and you're going to close the table. You can now expand the suppliers list to get a closer look at all the fields' names. We're going to add the last name by double clicking it, first name, company name, phone number, email address. Actually, we're going to add them all. Now, since we wanted to separate them by field, you're going to go into criteria for the field. And let's say that we want to see the cleaner that we have. And then what you're going to do is view. And here you can see that we only have one cleaner, and it's Cinderella, the Queen of Clean. Now what you want to do is save it, so you can use here, and you're going to name it. So we're going to name it Cleaner. You can now close it, and we'll do it again with hopefully a field that's going to have more than one supplier. So with the Create tab still displayed, you're going to click Query Design, and then repeat all of the steps that I have previously explained. Now all of the fields are entered, and we're going to put a criteria to the field, and the field is going to be food. Now we're going to view the query, and here we have caterer, cake makers, and a candy bar. So now what we're going to do is close it. And once you want to close it, Microsoft is going to ask you if you want to save the changes or not. And we still want to keep it. So you're going to click yes, and you're going to name it. You're going to name it food. A great thing about Access is that you can have all of the information you had in the table suppliers list into a form. So that's what we're going to do next. You have to display the Create tab, and then we're going to go into Form Design. Here you go into Property Sheet to link the table. So we were going to record the source and use the suppliers list. Then I'm going to click Property Sheet to close it. Then add existing field. So what we want to do is add them. So you're going to click last name, and you're going to drag it all the way to the form. And here you have two last names. You have the label and the field name. So here you see that I've added all of the field names, and I've already formatted them to make sure that they're all going to be aligned. So I'm going to show you how to make them aligned though. So if you want to align company name, field, sub, and price range, what you're going to do is select them all, and then you'll display the Form Design Tools Range tab and click the Align button, and then you can align it to the left, to the right, top, bottom, whichever one you'd like. As I said, since we have all of the fields placed in the right place where we want them to be at, we can format all of it to make it look a little bit more pretty. So you can click the company name and get to the property sheet. There you're going to add some effect to the company name. You use special effect here, and we're going to use the sunken effect. Here, let me show you what does it do. In layout view, you can see it. Here it is sunken. So you can display the design tab and go back to the design view. Now you can select the company name label, and you want it to be another color. So you're going to go to For Color, the three dots here, and you're going to choose a color. You're going to choose the navy blue. Now we want also the label to have a border. So So we're going to border width and use 1 point. And now we have the solid border style as well. We want the dots. And here we're going to go to design and watch what it does. And here you have it. Now it's good that we have formatted the company name field and the label, but we want all of them to be exactly the same. So you're going to display the format tab and you're going to use the format painter. And you're going to click all of the labels. We're going to double click the painter. Then you're going to click it once again. And now you want all of the fields to be exactly the same. So you're going to double click the format painter again and repeat the same steps. Once all of this is done, you can go to design and view, click layout view, and here you have the result. You go back into the design view, and the last thing that we're going to do is change the background color. To change the background color, it is quite easy. All you have to do is select one of the empty spaces to make sure that all of the table is going to be selected. And you have to go to back color here in the property sheet. You click the three dots and we're going to use this baby blue right here. And now let me show you the final result for our form. Now we have made the form look sophisticated, but we still can add one element that's going to make it look even more sophisticated. What we want to do now is add a comment button. So I'm going to click to add a button and I'm going to add it right here. What I want to do is add a button that's going to make sure that we can go to the next record, so the next suppliers we have. So the categories is record navigation and it's going to be go to next record. We want it to be called next supplier instead of next record, since it is a supplier after all. And the name of the comment is going to be called next supplier. And here you click finish. And here we have our comment button. So you're gonna select it and drag it all the way down to where we want it to be. Now you can save the form. And we're gonna call it suppliers. Now we can go into the form view, and here you'll see that we still have our comment button, and you click on it and it's going to change the supplier. So here you have Johnson, Pierce, Filippo. You have all of their suppliers while clicking only on this next supplier button instead of going all the way down and click the small arrows right there. This is what concludes the tutorial part of the video. Now I'll talk a little bit about the theory versus reality aspect. Now you get the final looks, and I believe it is safe to say that theory really does compare to reality, seeing as Access is an amazing tool to use for organizing data all in one place. In conclusion, I believe that having a knowledge about Access is really a great asset to have when you think about going into the workforce. As well as I showcased in this video, it is a great asset for event planners because it is a great way to have all your data in one place. You can have your suppliers information, even your clients information all in one place. Also, Access has some functions that haven't shown in this video because of a time constraint, but you can also generate reports. In those reports, you can have your revenues, your expenses, and many other information that are necessity for a business. So I would really recommend students and companies to get a good grasp of Access because it is a really useful tool. Even though it seems hard at first, it is really easy to use.